Welcome to Fallout 76. This is Jim. In this video, we're going to take a look at the weekly challenges that we got. That starts today, Tuesday, June 24th. That goes to next Tuesday, July the 1st, 2025. Let's take a look at this week's weekly challenges and see what we get. Alright, we got some good ones here. I have many videos on my channel that'll help you guys out. Different ideas, different locations, easy areas, hard areas, that would have your brand spanking new player to the game. A returning player, even if you're an experienced player, this particular daily weekly challenge is giving you a hard time or trouble. I'm sure you'll find a video on my channel that'll help you. Try to keep my videos as updated as I possibly can. And of course, you guys are awesome with great comments and tips, which I greatly appreciate. Now, if you are wondering why I have more score than you, take a look at the top right hand corner of the screen. I have a 25% boost. Of course, I claim that 25% right off the current Season 21 Season Pass on 3 pages, a 5%, 10%, additional 10%. And you can claim that by being a Fallout First member or by paying the 1,500 atoms for the Season Pass. Because it is Tuesday, we do have these fresh set of weeklies here. I did have a little bit of score boost left from yesterday for our daily challenge video, but I'm going to go ahead and use a score booster drink here again. Only 1 score booster drink per day gives us an extra 25% of what we have on top there already. 24 hours. Let's go ahead and use that. So now we have a 50% boost. Now, if you ever use a score booster drink, you don't see your score increasing right away. There's nothing wrong with your game. All you do is you back out, go back into again. You'll see it kind of pop up there for your dailies and your weeklies. So just an FYI there. Okay, let's take a look here. Have our work cut out for us here today, don't we, Jim? Sure do. Wow. Wow. All right, let's take a look here. Collect soap 14. So probably about 2 months ago, I made a little video on soap locations. It is all timestamped. You can check it out if you so wish. Unfortunately, when I made the video, it was during the nighttime. I was kind of time restrained at the time, and I find most times when I play the game, it always seems to be night. Doesn't matter what game it is, and I apologize for that. But I show you some great locations. Everything is timestamped in the video, and you can check that out if you so wish. But soap we can find in many great spots and around the wasteland. One of the best one is the skeleton in a bathtub. So that is directly south of the New River Gorge Bridge East. It's right about here. And that is the best location. There's 21 bars of soap there. Now, it's a very popular location, so keep that in mind. You will have to server hop this location several times in order to get that soap, because everyone and their dog will be going after it this week. I think we had it last week and the week before too, so it's kind of strange how they're doing that to us. The second best spot is up here at Darling Sister's Lab. Now, in behind one of the buildings there is a wheelbarrow. There'll be 7 bars of soap up there. Right down here at the Garahan Estate and the Hornwright Estate, there's some bars of soap in between those buildings there. Right over here at the Fort Defiance is a pretty decent spot, as well as up here at the Eastern Regional Penitentiary. Now, ghouls are also a good source of soap. I'm not saying every ghoul will have soap on them, but a lot of them will. We do have the upper lower parking lot just west of Vault 76, Eastern Regional Penitentiary, lower section of Clarksburg. Just walking around the streets in the monorail system of the Morgantown, you'll come across little patches of 4 to 6 ghouls every block and a half or two. Anywhere's in around the White Springs Golf Club, White Springs Greens, the level 50 DMV building, Charleston Capitol building, and right down here in Lewisburg, just to name a couple spots. And even down here, some more ghouls in a certain floor here at Fort Defiance. Alright, so let's go to the skeleton in a bathtub. We will need 14 of these bad boys. So again, as I mentioned, it's a very popular spot. So let's spawn here, New River Gorge Bridge East. Yeah, I would say this is like the second or even the third week in a row that they have us looking for lots of soap. Okay, it's a little unfortunate. So as I mentioned, once when you spawn here, I'm going to go directly south. So there's a little marker on the compass. And again, here we are doing this at nighttime. As I mentioned, to a subscriber there yesterday. And I know sometimes if you're trying to follow someone in the dark, I try to keep my little light on here. And just be very careful when you run down these this hill here. You can easily kill yourself. Just kind of take your time. Go. Yeah, it's so weird. I find even when I played Fallout 3, Fallout 4, all those videos, Fallout New Vegas for my members, same thing. I always seem to be playing in the dark for whatever reason. I always have to change the time on it. Unfortunately, we can't do that here in Fallout 76. I wish we could. So here's our bars of soap there, and again, we will need 14 of them. So I was just here just the other day, and so we may have to go somewhere else for the rest of the soap. So there's that guy there. Again, if you come here fresh, it should be 21 bars of soap here. Let's go up here and finish this off at the Darling Sisters Lab. Now, another thing you can do, if you do come across some soap, you can even put the soap in your stash box, like don't break it down kind of deal. And that way there you got some soap. So once we're in here at Darling Sisters Lab, okay, we're going to go right out behind a building here. Turn our light off. May have to take care of these guys. Alright. So it's this building right here. Here is the yeah, I might as well take care of their buddy so he's not alone. There we go. So here's the wheelbarrow here with the other soap in it here. So I think we're going to be still a little short on some soap here. Wow, we are. Just because we've been looking for a lot of soap lately. Yeah, let's see how close we are. So we need 3 more soap. So that's interesting. All right. Well, that's quite something. Let's go to good old Fort Defiance here, if I can get to it here. There we go. And again, if any of you have some good suggestions of soap I didn't mention in the video, by all means put them in the description. So we're going to kind of blow right through here. We're not going to bother with those scorched. We're just going to go right to the main door here. Hopefully those guys don't follow us in. Mole miners did the other day. Blackwater Mines. We're going to go right inside Fort Defiance here. Alright, now it's better you can go through this place if you so wish, but if you can make it to the top floor, keep hitting that button. Go through the elevator. I don't think there's any soap in here, but we will check. It's always good to check bathrooms and etc. for soap. Okay. Go in the old elevator here, and we're gonna go to the 3rd floor. Of course, this is the infamous nurse gown, or what do you want to call it, run. Now we're gonna go right down here. We're gonna take a left, and here's the bathroom. There's usually some soap in here, so there's 1 soap there, nice. Another soap there, nice. So there's usually a 3rd one. Unfortunately, it's not here today. Let's check these here. Alright, so let's go to another quick location. Let's take a quick look here, see if there's any of those dresses around. Check that. I didn't see it down here when we were down here. No, we didn't. Okay. This is also a good spot for ballistic fiber too, which we talk about here very shortly. Go to one more spot here, and it'll be at the White Spring Mall. So let's use the north entrance. Now, you can use the front door entrance, okay? It's just an additional loading screen to get down to the mall, okay? Either entrances is fine. We'll just use the front door entrance just to save, 3 seconds of time. Alright, so we're going to go right to the spa area here. And let's see if it's there. Oh, perfect. So there's 2 more soap there. 1 more soap there. I think there's another one in this room. Yeah, right there. Perfect. So a nice little spot for some soap there. Perfect. Alright, let's see what's next here, Jim. Wow, crazy. Scrap trying to produce ballistic fiber 10. Alright. I can't remember if we can use the bulk and scrap method for that or not. So let's go to a tinker's workbench. Any tinker's workbench is fine. Let's go ahead and go craft here. Bulk. So as you can see, ballistic fiber, so we cannot use the bulk and scrap method for ballistic fiber. But unfortunately for us, we do have some great locations for ballistic fiber here in the game. So right up here in Clancy Manor, if you go to the 2nd floor, all the way to the end, it's a room with a tinker's workbench. Right next to the tinker's workbench is a shelf, and there'll be 3 military grade duct tape there, and that'll give you some ballistic fiber that way. One of the best spots for ballistic fiber, especially for lower levels, is here at Camp McClintock. It is still a very good ballistic fiber farm. Again, it is very popular. So just an FYI there. So there's a couple rolls of ballistic fiber tape, military grade duct tape, sorry, as well as those little ammo bags right here. And of course, right down here at Fort Defiance, right where we were at. So let's pop back down here to Fort Defiance. Kind of show you that real quick. I know I'm kind of moving over a little bit, but I like to kind of utilize it just in case for the people who use the timestamps for the videos, looking for something in particular. So again, we're going to blow right by these scorched here. Watch, they're all going to be waiting for me over here, aren't they? Nope. Okay, good stuff. Oh, there's one right there. Let's pop inside here real quick. Now, I think there's random locations on the 2nd floor for the military, for the little satchels there. Well, let's go back to the elevator. Go right back up here to the 3rd floor. Now, this is a great spot for a lot of things, chems, etc. So you can check it out here. So we're here for the little ammo bag. So here's the first ammo bag right here, military ammo bag. And if you take a look at that real quick, it gives us 3 ballistic fiber each. Pretty good. And how many do we need here? 10. All right, good stuff. So 3. There's one here. 6. There's one right here. 9. And 10 right here. Perfect. 12. So that is absolutely perfect right there. All right. So let's go and scrap this stuff up here. Military ammo bags. We got 4 of them right here. 3 ballistic fiber each. Let's scrap these bad boys. There we go, just like that. Scrap trying to produce ballistic fiber 10, just like that. Pretty awesome. All right, let's see what's next here. While we are here, take a look at this one here. Scrap a pipe gun 20. So we could find pipe guns in a couple of places, just kind of laying around the wasteland, more so in the lower level areas. So if you come right here, Somerville's docks, there's usually a pipe gun right in the one of the buildings. So there's a larger building with the leader scorched inside of it. It's the building right adjacent to it. There's a tinker's workbench in there. Now, right on the bench, there should be a pipe weapon there as well. And right on the New River Gorge Bridge East, between East and West, more so closer to the west, there's like, if you go to the top tier section, there's like a turned trailer truck, okay? And you can open up the door. I don't think there's a pick lock required for it, but there's a syringer in there, okay? And that is also considered a pipe weapon. I usually find some of the cultists here in Point Pleasant will have pipe weapons on them. Right over here at Morgantown Airport, the Scorched, as well. If you call in Collision Course at event there, sometimes those Scorched will have pipe weapons there as well. The Super Mutants here at the North kind of a lookout, as well as the guys down here in New Gad. Usually they'll carry pipe weapons on them there as well. So just an FYI, a couple great spots. And down here in Welsh, I believe on the roof, like when you first spawn here to the train station, you'll see a roof, and there'll be 2 mole miners right on the roof. If you make it to the top of that roof, there's usually 3 weapons just laying up there, and usually 2 of them are piped weapons, right? Now, it all depends on how much time you really have at the end of the day, to be honest with you, in terms of doing this particular challenge. But I usually recommend crafting them right at your weapons workbench, all right? And that's what I kind of usually done, and then you can scrap them, all right? So let's go ahead and take a look at this weapons workbench here. We're going to go craft. If you go down to pipe guns here, we can craft these right at level 1. And you can learn these plans right at the very beginning of the game, okay? And even though it looks like a lot of requirements, but there's only like 1, 2, or 10 of each, and all that stuff can be easily found in the forest area in around Flatwoods, very easily, okay? You don't have to go far to get that stuff. So let's go ahead. We're going to craft some 20 level 1s here just because we can. There we go. And we are just going to scrap. Let's go to our weapons section here. Try not to scrap something that we don't want to scrap, so always be careful of that. This is what I recommend to people, especially if you're kind of short on time. Pipe revolver we got from killing some enemies there. Nice. Just like that. But again, this one here is, if you don't have the requirements to craft them and then scrap them, this one here will take you a little bit extra time to kind of go after, because if you haven't played for a while, you will notice that the drop rate for weapons, and even armor for that matter, has been significantly reduced since December 2024 update. So just an FYI there. All right. Let's take a look at the next one here, Jim. Go ahead, claim a workshop 3. So if you take a look at the description, there's a link to a video. It's all about workshop for newbies. Okay, I believe it's about 25 minutes long. If you're wondering about workshops, if you're brand new to the game, I give you as much information I could during that video. Okay, but basically, when you're trying to claim a workshop, it can be any workshop on the map, the one you're closest to, your favorite one, whatever you want to do. And I'm going to show you the ones that are pretty easy. Okay, so the one up here, Hemlock Holes Maintenance. Now, of course, you cannot fast travel to a workshop unless you own it first. So you have Hemlock Holes right next to it. Okay, and there's usually only about 4 ghouls up there. Right here at Billings Homestead. You can spawn here at Silva Homestead, run down the road here. Now, again, there's only 4 ghouls down here. And even down here, believe it or not, Beckley Mine Exhibit, you can spawn here in Beckley. You have to kind of go around the building here like this, okay? And there's usually only 2 robots up there. It's a pretty good spot. But again, it's really up to you what you want to do, but those are the 3 that I suggest, okay? This one here is not too bad, but it's a very big area. And I find sometimes the Scorch of the Ghouls, there's usually about a half a dozen of them, and they're all spread out. Okay, and it's that one there can be a little bit more difficult to do. Let's go to Hemlock Holes here, and we'll take a look at this one first. We get there at some point. Oh, that's a good picture right there. We did that one there last week. The old Silver Shroud and his Ghoul sidekick. Alright, let's run down the road here. And again, there should only be about 4 ghouls here in total. This one here is fairly easy. Oh, there's one more guy around somewheres. There's over there, good stuff. So now we can claim the workshop. Now you can run up to the workshop and interact with it if you so wish, but you don't have to. All you have to do is the same button that you would use to build in your camp. That's what you press, and there we go. Spend 25 cash to claim the workshop, just like that. Now, if you're brand new to the game, and if you notice it's more than 25 caps, what's going on there is that if you're on a public server, the person who owned it before you had left the server, but there might be some items that you're paying for, such as, turrets or traps or whatever, or even floors, okay? So keep that in mind. So just to give you an example what that could look like, the most I ever paid for a workshop was 55 caps, but there was like 3 turrets, a bunch of floors, a staircase, a bunch of traps. So it's not a huge expense, but just an FYI what that could, look like for you. All right, let's go to the next one here. Let's go to Silva Homestead. We're going to grab the one at Billings Homestead, just down the road. And as I mentioned, it doesn't have to be these exact 3. It can be, whatever you want to do, of course. But if you're higher level, you do your own thing. Again, a workshop is a workshop anywhere on the map. Okay, some are just a little bit harder than others, that's all. Nice. Just like that. There's his head rolling down the hill there. Keep on rolling, baby. All right, again, let's go ahead and we're going to hit that button. Grab some stuff here. Let's lock and load this, Jim, before I forget there. There we go. There we go, 2 for 3. Let's go to the last one here. I'm just going to go right down here to the Beckley mining exhibit. So let's spawn here at Beckley. This one here, we do have to kind of run around a couple buildings to get to that spot. It looks like right next to each other, but it's a little bit of distance away. Wait, some fiber optics there. Nice. All right, so let's go around this way here. We're going to head to the west. Shut this light off. And we're going to head to the south. You can run right up through there. You get to go through a couple of robots if you so wish, whatever you want to do. I like to kind of get myself up on that house, but if you don't have a jetpack, it can be a little more difficult. There's our 2 robots there. Just one shot. Oh, that'll be one shot of them. There's our other boy over there. Another one around? Oh, he's right there. Right, he's, there we go. So there's 3 of them here this time. That's quite odd. There we go. Let's grab some stuff here. Beautiful. Huh. 3.5 damage. Yeah, baby. And a workshop 3 for 3 done, just like that. Let's see what's next, Jim. Good times. That's a happy looking ghoul right there. Alright, destroying Assaultron 5. So many great spots we could find Assaultrons here in the game. Let's take a look here. So right here at the White Spring Mall, if we use the north entrance to get down to the mall. Now, you can use the front door entrance as I mentioned. It's just no loading screen to get down to the mall. But the Assaultrons down there, what's going to happen is when you shoot at one of them, it's going to turn aggressive. Okay. However, the other robots will still be passive. Now, I recommend to try to cripple its legs. Okay. And that way there, it takes the feet out from under. So all they do is kind of crawl around, and you can take them out that way. And again, he will turn aggressive. Now, as compared to the Assaultrons that are outside, like on the grounds, okay, what's going to happen there, if you accidentally shoot at one of those robots, you'll have all the robots and even the responder humans coming after you, shooting at you, alright? So it's a little bit different story outside. And of course, right down here in good old Watoga. Now, I like to kind of spawn here at Watoga Station, walk right up to this little sidewalk here, and right along here, there's 4 Assaultrons, and I believe there's one more Assaultron, usually right in the middle of town, right? Now, let's go to Watoga here today. We're going to go to my survival tent, just to save a couple of caps. There we go. Now, if you completed Mare for a day, all these robots will be passive. And even if you destroy a robot in front of the other robot, they'll still be passive. However, if you did not complete Mare for a day, all right, these robots will be aggressive towards you every time. Now, some people like it like that, and some of you had mentioned to me that you guys never completed Mare for a day, and definitely nothing wrong with that. It's really up to you, however way you want to play your game. Okay. Just kind of want to show you this guy here. So here's the first one.
Sir?
Hi, bud. Alright, so again, as I mentioned, just take their legs out from underneath them, just like that, okay? And all they do is they just kind of crawl. And this is what I usually recommend. Now, you guys will see me use that method using my low-level guys. So I use my low-level character to do the early on daily quests here in the game, here in the channel. And again, that's in the little playlist. But if you watch that low-level character, that's how I kill these Assaultrons. I take their legs out from underneath them, and it slows them right down, gives my guy a chance to kind of back up a little bit, lock and load, and that way there he's not running around turning invisible kind of deal, doing their crazy things. Just like that. Right, there's the second one. Oh, we have to repair our weapon here, so let's open up our Pip-Boy. Western Spirit, let's go ahead and repair that bad boy here. There we go. It's a repair kit. So sometimes he's up here, okay, but he likes to kind of wander around a little bit, so FYI there. You can see how easy that is, just kind of take his leg out. And if you're lower level, if you have like a shotgun or something, just kind of spray at their legs is all you really need to do. Alright, so let's keep going here. There's going to be one more, so that's our third one. There's our fourth one right here. Make sure we're loaded. There we go, just like that. Alright, let's look for the fifth one here. I find the fifth one sometimes a little elusive. If you're looking for him, he doesn't show up. But when you're not looking for him, he shows up. Followed by a little iPod. But we'll see if he's around here today. And if not, we'll just go into White Springs. He's usually right in the middle of town here. Usually kind of walking around. There's the iBot, but I don't see the Assaultron anywheres. He's moonwalking over there, that guy. Oh, he's right there. Nice. Kind of sad, isn't it? But you know what? These guys have killed me many, many times, and I don't feel sorry for them. Let's see what's next here, Jim. Get myself in trouble. Weeklies. Alright, collect a burnt book 25. So I do have a video here on the channel showing you a great location for burnt books, okay? Now, we do have what's called a burnt book house. That's what I call it anyway. It's right over here in Summersville. Now, when you spawn here, you spawn on the north side of town. And usually, the house on the right-hand side, when you spawn in, there'll probably be about 4 or 5 weakened ghouls. That's what's considered the burnt book house. Now, and what makes it difficult with that house is if you're, again, stuck to public servers with other people, you may have to server hop this location several times because there's so many burnt books as well as other items in here. people will clean the house out to reset their game by picking up 250 items, okay? And a lot of people do that. And so I think someone mentioned to me a few months back that it took them about 13 server hops on other servers just to find a server where the burnt books finally spawned in that someone else didn't grab them all. So just an FYI there. Again, a lot of burnt books here. Now, if you come here to the Overseer's home, you actually spawn a little bit further down. Now, if you take a look to the west over the train tracks, there's a blue house there. That is the Overseer's childhood home. And there's usually about 8 burnt books in that house. There's 6 upstairs, 2 downstairs on a table. It's a pretty decent spot. Now here in Helvetia, we have a bluish house right across the street from the yellow house on the main corner on the main road. If you head upstairs, go to the Scorched. If you head upstairs, there's a little bookshelf there. There's usually about 5 or 6 burnt books up there as well. All right, and those 2 are nice little backup spots. Okay. Now, burnt magazines and burnt newspapers. Okay, they are also considered burnt books as well. Okay, and if you find school buses, there's a couple school buses right down here and around Camden Park. There's a couple buses in around the White Springs, like more so the north entrance on the outside. There's buses there. And if you head inside those buses, there's usually 1 or 2 burnt magazines, all right? So FYI. So let's try that out here first. Let's go to the White Spring north entrance. We're going to go to the outside, the exterior. Just kind of showing you this here. So here is a bus right here, just to kind of give you an example. So let's pop inside here. Right, so we have these, so these Charleston Herald. Let's take that and see if that counts. No, it doesn't count. Okay. So I thought they would have counted, but unfortunately not. I just kind of wanted to try it out here in the video. But again, sometimes there'll be some burnt magazines. It kind of looks like rubble. Like, you know what I mean? Just like a little pile of rubble, like part of the floor. They're really hard to see, and we can usually find them here in buses. All right, so FYI, let's go to Camden Park here and see if we can check out those buses there and see what it's got inside them. And I'm just kind of adding this in before we go to the burnt books house, just to give you guys as many options as I understand. Like, the frustration is definitely real going to that burnt book house, and if you don't have Fallout First, don't have private servers, it can be a little difficult. Okay, let's pop inside here and see if we can find any of these things here. No, nothing in here today, just a bunch of pillows. Let's check this guy here. So see, it kind of looks like rubble like this, but unfortunately we can't pick those up. Something that you can try. You can try as well. It's a little hard to see. Look at that cute little fellow there. Not cute, eh? All right. All right, let's go right to the burnt book house here. We tried anyway. Let's go to Somersville. If you know a good spot for the burnt magazines, by all means put it in the comments, or some good bus locations that are kind of reliable, by all means as well. So we will need to take out some of these ghouls here if we can get them, of course. Let's get this guy here. Close this door. There's usually one more guy upstairs. So as you can see, all these burnt books here. There's 2 more rooms upstairs just loaded with burnt books. Okay. I had someone say a couple months back that nope, the burnt books aren't there anymore. But I think they were new to the game, and I tried to explain to them the best way I could. You'll have to server hop the area in order to get those burnt books. All right. So again, lots of burnt books around. Let's go ahead and collect. Of course, when we scrap these burnt books, burnt textbooks, we get cloth. All right. Again, there's a lot more in here as well. Just tons and tons of them. You can see how people will kind of utilize this area to reset their game. Very easily done. Nice. All right, let's head back to our camp here real quick, and we'll take a look at the next one. Set ourselves up here. Oh, there's a picture popping up again. play catch up here anyway. Alright, let's see what's next here. Like the board game 4. Alright, good stuff. So we do have a camp resource available to us that will passively collect board games. Let's go and check that out here. Is this bad boy right here. Now we got this one here last year. It is called the Games Cupboard. It is in the Atomic Shop rotation. Unfortunately, the Atomic Shop hasn't updated itself yet as of this video, so I'm going to keep checking here throughout the day. But again, this Games Cupboard, it not only looks absolutely fantastic, there's a little close-up view of it inside. They did a really good job with this one. But it will passively collect different types of board games. And one thing good with board games, when you scrap them, if you look at the item stats, they give you some really good stuff, sometimes even gold. Alright, so FYI, it's really worth its weight in gold if you ever come across it. So let's grab one from here just to show you how it counts. Oh, it didn't, Pockets is still catching up with that. Let's kind of go this way here. So there we go, 1 for 4. It counted just by collecting. So you get, if you have that camp resource available to you, you don't even have to leave your camp. Now, I do have some older videos here on the channel that I made in early 2023. They are standalone, short videos, probably about 2.5 minutes long each. Each one I show you one location for board games. And yeah, just got to mind the audio. Again, they're older videos, but they're still pretty solid here today. So some board games we can find up here at WV Lumber & Co. Anchor Farm, Settlers Ridge, Blue Ridge Bunkhouse, Big Al's Tattoo Parlor, Fraternity Row, both the Etasai House, the one with the blue door with the Nuka-Cola Benjamin, and the Pie House, the one with the red door. Pretty good spots there. The White Springs is a really good spot. If you use the front door entrance and you take a right up the stairs, you go all the way into the manager's room. There's a pool table there. There should be a bunch of board games there you can grab. I believe even down here at Dark Hollow Manor and in around the Rapiding Camp, we have the Brown House. It's a pretty good spot there as well. Yeah, many great spots we could find board games here in the Wasteland. Alright, oh, and the Retreat. The Retreat is what I was thinking of, this guy right here. Yeah, if you go to the galley, should be 3 of them right on the table there. Alright, so let's go to White Springs, just to kind of show you that, just next door to us. Again, we're going to use the front door entrance right here, so let's use this one. Again, we're going to go right inside. Now, there are areas in around the Wasteland where it has board games and items, but sometimes we can't pick them up. Okay, that's just an FYI. So again, take it right up the stairs here. We're going to go to the tavern, medical bay, wide open area where the responders are. We're going to keep on going down here to the manager's section. There's a little rec room here with a pool table in it. There's some board games right there. There we go, there's 2 more there. It's a really good spot again. Also a free fast travel down here as well. It's a really good spot. Nice. Alright, I don't know who that is talking. That's pretty crazy. Let's see what's next here, Jim. Alright, collect caps. 2,500. So this one here will definitely take a little while to do, okay? But I give you a couple suggestions. Okay, you can wait for people to go to your camp. You buy something from your vendor, you can definitely do it that way. The next thing is you can do quests, daily quests, and events. So by completing daily quests and events, you will get caps there as well. So that's a good way of doing it. I know at the Metal Dome, usually it's like 500 caps up there. So that's actually a really good event up there at the Metal Dome to do that one. Another thing you can do, you should go around, kill enemies, just spend some time enjoying the game, go around, kill some enemies, get some XP at the same time, and we do get quite a few caps off of most enemies nowadays, with the exception of, I find ghouls don't give you a whole lot of caps, unlike, you know, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, but again, most enemies will give you a generous amount of caps, alright? And what you can also do is you can grab some weapons and sell them to an NPC vendor. And there's a couple great spots for that. One of them is right down here in Welsh. Okay, so there's a lot of mole miners down here. And even though the drop rate for weapons and armor has been reduced, there's still quite a bit of weapons down here. I would say there's about 8 weapons just laying around in general down here. And then you don't have to worry about being overweight. Don't even waste a carry weight boost because we have a train station right there you can just walk to, okay? And the same thing right up here at Morgantown Airport, there's a bunch of Scorched. There's also a collision course event you can spawn in yourself. Again, you get all kinds of weapons and armor. A bunch of chems in around here as well. Again, don't worry about being overweight because we have a train station right here. So that's something else you can do there as well. So let's go down here to Welsh. Now this one here is going to take a little bit longer, but that's fine. It's all part of the video just to kind of show you what that could look like for you. All right, let's go ahead here. We're going to lock and load here, Jim, and we're going to do a bunch of headshots here with these mole miners. $16.70, hot dog, wow. Nothing is safe with this weapon. All right, let's go ahead. We're just going to go ahead and collect all the weapons around here. So let's go on top of this roof here. I had mentioned this during, you know, scrapping of the pipe guns, as I mentioned. So here's a pipe gun right there. There's a pipe gun right there. There's a third pipe gun up here. So just an FYI, there's the Daddy-O up there. Pretty awesome. So 3 pipe weapons, pretty awesome. Nice. Oh, some dudes over here, isn't there? Huh, maybe not. Oh, we killed that guy. Why is he still... Oh, okay, he's gonna go back downstairs, I guess. Okay. Again, we're just gonna go ahead and collect everything here. Oh, baby. And see the caps that we're collecting at the same time. Right, so 3 weapons on top of that roof, as I mentioned. And again, don't worry about being overweight. There's another pipe weapon right there. Pretty nice. Oh, longbow bar. Nice. Pretty awesome. Right, now there's going to be 2 more weapons right down here. This, sometimes there's a war drum or a hammer in here. It's usually leaning up against here, but not today. So there's a cultist blade right there. Grab everything we can. There's usually a weapon on this table here as well. Oh, there's another pipe weapon right there. Nice. So method behind my madness doing these daily weekly challenges is kind of showing you, you know, kind of going back to those, you know, scrapping of the pipe weapons here. All right, let's head up here real quick. All right. Oh, I can't have a hard time getting over that. Wow. Beautiful. Usually there's a weapon here as well. Nice. Sometimes there's 2 up here. I don't see the other one. He could be covering it. And of course, anytime you come here in Welsh, always go to this wreckage. See all that great stuff in there? Like, look at this great stuff. It is absolutely amazing. As you see a weapon in this bathtub right here. Oh, where did it go? Not here today, I guess. Oh, he's right here. Another pipe weapon right there. Nice. Right, we're gonna head right up these this little hill here. Now again, it's going to be you're going to be limited selling things to the vendor anyway, because I think their max is like another weapon right there. I think their max is like 1,500 a day. His head is just rolling there. See that? There's usually a weapon over here. Another pipe weapon. Perfect. Another pipe gun in there. Nice. Oh, grab that stuff already. I don't think there's a pipe weapon in here. We'll take the day trip though, because I'm a ghoul. And I don't think there's anything out here either. There's going to be 2 more ghouls right in those 2 houses up there, so let's go ahead. And again, I'm not worried about being overweight. We have a train station right next door. Lock and loaded for these 2 guys here. I can't get through this door. Okay, take the elevator, I guess. Nice. Now that is a random encounter area. There should be another enemy. That bullet eater there going to come down the hill and take care of those super mutants, but I'm not going to bother wasting my time on that guy. I'm surprised he's not going down and killing them. That's weird. Alright, so again, let's walk over to the train station here. Put this weapon away. I know this part took a little bit longer than our usual, but I wanted to kind of show you, because I haven't been down here a little while. I knew those weapons were going to be here. Alright, so when you're selling these weapons to this NPC vendor here, there's a perk card called Hard Bargain perk card under Charisma that will help you out. So let's take a look at that real quick. I don't know if I have it. No, I don't. So let's take off Tenderizer here. Gonna go Hard Bargain. It used to be a 3-star back in the day, but it's only a 1-star now, so let's go ahead and apply that. And of course, under Aid, if you happen to have great mentats, better barter rates for 10 minutes. So that will stack with the Hard Bargain perk card. Let's go ahead and take that. Let's go ahead and trade with our old pal here. Let's just go to the weapons section, and as you can see, it really depends on the condition of each one of what you get for caps, but usually the shotguns, the missile launchers, and all that you get down here in Welsh will be worth a lot more than the pipe weapons, alright? Let's go ahead. We're going to be careful what we're selling here. I don't want to sell something I don't want to sell. Missile launcher there, 15. As you can see, these pipe weapons here, they're only going to get 2 or 3 caps each. We're not going to get a whole lot for these guys. Even if you get a couple gauntlets, the gauntlets will give you about 19 or 20 caps each if you're lucky. We got for armor. Sure, we'll sell that. Sell that. What else we got here? Sell 8 stim packs, sure. Sell 3 right away. There we go. Now the main thing you have to remember when you're doing a daily or weekly like this, where it's 2,500 caps, you have to make sure you have the room for those caps. So your max on caps is 40,000. And I know that seems weird or odd if you're a newer player, but if you're a higher level player like myself, you're usually maxed out on caps all the time. Alright? I really wish they would expand it. But again, you have to make room in your wallet in order to sell things and get those caps for it to count for the daily challenge, okay? Because you can be getting caps all day long and not even notice that you're full, okay? But it won't count because you're maxed. So I hope that... excuse me. So I hope that makes sense there. Wow. Rough time talking. But we did pretty good there. A couple 100 caps there. Nice. Alright, so I think we got one left here. So So obviously we won't be able to finish this one here off in this episode, but I still want to give you guys as many options as possible. And again, you can go around, do a bunch of events, you can do a bunch of daily quests as well, get a bunch of caps that way. Alright, kill an angler 9. So many great spots we can find anglers in around the wasteland. Right up here at the gnarled shallows. So this is a 100% guaranteed spot for 3. Now, if you're very adventurous, you can make your way up a little bit north up here, right about these mountainous area. There should be 2 more right up there, okay? If you're lucky to get on a server and there's Moonshine Jamboree event happening down here at Sunday Brothers Cabin, again, all kinds of anglers, gulpers, fog crawlers down there, enough to fill your boots, a pretty good spot. And of course here in the Mire and Cranberry Bog, if you claim these workshops here, there is a pretty good chance where you're going to be defending against anglers. Alright, so that's something else you could try. Alright, so let's go to our 100% guaranteed spot. Now, we're here for a daily challenge video, so I'm hoping they're going to respawn up here. Because with enemies, when you kill them, there's usually a cooldown from when they respawn back in. Most enemies, it's about 30 minutes, okay? So hopefully these 3 guys will spawn back in here. Or would have spawned back in. It's been well lower yet. They have. Good stuff. 'Cause I'm on the same server. Good stuff. So there's our boy there. There's his little lore sticking out. And let's just get this guy in the head here. Nice. And don't forget the asbestos and the adhesive. Now this guy here closest to the tree, for me, he's usually the higher level guy. Okay. Let's get a little bit closer here. Nice, I use the level 100. And don't forget, I'll get a guitar sword there, raw asbestos in your adhesive, and the 3rd guy will be right over here. Lock and load here. Now, he's usually the lower level guy, for me anyway. Oh, he's 75 today. Usually he's only level 50. Alright, good stuff. Alright, so let's, that's quite a ways away up there. So let's go up here towards that marker. See if we can find those other 2. I haven't been up here in a little while. But again, we do need quite a few of them. And plus we had the daily challenge where we had to grab 3 of them there as well. So we're going to try to head up towards the marker here. Just keep following this river. Now, the guys that are up here are usually walking around. Not going to be submerged like those other guys, so just be aware of that. You can use your vats to kind of... The Liberator over there. That's kind of weird. Oh, we're over-cumbered. What? No, it can't be over-cumbered. Nope, we're not. I don't know why that popped up. It's weird. Alright, let's keep going here. Oh, we have something popping up there. Let's check our map to see where we are. Oh, we're near where we wanted to be. Let's keep going here. They're usually in around here. Again, it's been a little while since I've been up here, so I'm hoping they're still up here. Oh, there they are over there. See them? We are pointed this way here, so more so right there, close to this. Alright. And they do 100% guarantee spawn up here, so that's awesome that they're here today. Oh, there's a 3rd one, baby, yeah. He's bloodthirsty too. Wow. There we go, kill an angler. That worked out quite well, actually. Yeah, that's good. 3 of them, I love it. Let's just grab everything. Nice. What is that over there? Oh, one of those, okay. Sweet. That really works out. So what I had, the second plan is I had was to server hop to a public server with other people. And again, as I mentioned, this is a very, very popular area. You may have to server hop this a couple times because I did it, I would say about 8-9 months back. I had to server hop like a lot, like maybe I think it was like 8 times. Because every server I went on, there's like 2 or 3 people already here kind of thing. So just an FYI there. So let's head back to our camp, a little bit more home away from home here. Alright, good stuff. Let's put this gun away here now. So we're done. I'm calling it done. Again, you can go ahead and re-roll the caps if you so wish, but I give you guys all kinds of different options there for that. Alright, good stuff. Let's take a look at weapon of the day here. This is Western Spirit. Plus 5% damage per onslaught slack, plus 9 max stacks, whatever that means. Plus 25% damage while aiming, plus 50% reload speed, hardened receiver, true long barrel, true stock, long scope, suppressor, Western Spirit paint, 200 damage, 45 ammo, single fire. Now what makes this Western Spirit very special is it has 7 capacity as compared to, I believe it's 5, okay, with a normal lever action. Now if you have a normal lever action, there is no mod to expand the capacity of the magazine. Alright, the only way to get 7 is to get this Western Spirit. Right, so FYI. Now you can get the Western Spirit for free by completing the event called Most Wanted. So let's take a look at that real quick. Of course, right down here at Nuka World on Tour is the event called Most Wanted. And I would say very high chance you will get this weapon for free completing it. Now those special mods like hardened receiver, align, everything will be standard on, I believe, with exception, I believe you do get something on it. I can't remember exactly what comes stock with it, but there's a few little perks with it. But what's great about it is that 7 capacity for the ammo. Okay, again, it'll be the same mods that you have for any lever action rifle. You can put on the Western Spirit because of course it's a lever action. Now I see a lot of people selling it in their vendors for thousands and thousands of caps. You can get one for free right down there. Okay, again, let's take a look at the perk cards here. So again, the rifleman build has been totally revamped by Bethesda. So perception, we have down ranger, tank killer scoped up, smart shot, center masochist, I don't know. Arms of steel, arms keeper, bandolier. What else we have here? Suppressor, White Knight's a good one. Covert operative, evasive, adrenaline. These random luck cards which randomly pop in when they're being activated. Legendary perk cards, these don't change for me, they stay the same. As you can see, they're maxed out, and I'm very happy with them. Very maxed out is what I meant to say, yeah. Right on, Jim. There you guys go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share me at the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather Whitetribe, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, Not Me But Me, Yes Me, That's Me, True Andrew Demon, Confoundedbridge, Way Warner, John DJ59, Picquerist, Gwen Trutnau, Tony Watson, J Fove, Felix the Cat. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.